Welcome to the Bookworm Duo, where we explore a variety of books. Let's get started.
Okay. Sounds good.
Today we're diving deep into Heaven and Earth Grocery Store,
Ah,
a
yes.
novel by James McBride. Have you read this one?
I have, yes. A fascinating read. It's a story just brimming with mystery and history and, complex characters,
Yeah.
all set against, the backdrop of this small town,
Right.
grappling with racial tensions.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that is so captivating about this book
Yeah.
is how it immediately plunges you into the mystery
Right.
with the discovery of a skeleton.
Right away, in a well,
Yeah.
which is very unsettling. And that sets the stage for, just this unraveling of secrets. In Chicken Hill,
Yeah.
a poor, racially diverse neighborhood in Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. It's like that well becomes a symbol for all the hidden truths buried beneath the surface.
Exactly, yeah. Like everything is, coming to light.
Yeah.
And amidst this, this unfolding mystery, we meet Moshe. Moshe is a Romanian Jewish immigrant who dreams of opening a theater.
Hmm.
He's determined to make his mark on America, but his aspirations hit a snag right from the start.
Well, yeah, I mean, his grand opening kind of turns into a little bit of a fiasco
It does, yes.
with those misleading flyers.
Those flyers.
Yeah.
He intended for them to go to Jewish congregations,
Yeah.
but they end up in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
And so he's left with this near-empty
What
theater.
a crushing disappointment that would be.
Yeah,
But Moshe, being the resilient character that he is, he finds a different kind of stage
he does.
in the Heaven and Earth grocery store,
Yeah.
owned by Rabbi Flor.
Mm.
And it's there he encounters Chona, the rabbi's daughter.
Jonah, who is physically disabled because of polio,
Right.
but she radiates this inner strength that
Right.
draws Moshe to her. They form a deep connection, over their shared love of Hebrew,
Yeah.
and eventually fall in love and marry.
Yeah, their bond is truly remarkable.
It is.
And they really complement each other in ways that I think defy societal expectations at the time.
You're right.
And it's a beautiful love story that unfolds amidst the everyday routines of the grocery store,
Yeah.
which becomes this kind of microcosm of the community's, joys and struggles.
Right, exactly. And as Moshe and Shona's lives intertwine, they encounter Addie and Nate Timblin, a black couple who become really integral to their story.
Yeah.
Addie, with her just unwavering loyalty, becomes a pillar of support for Chona,
Yeah.
helping her manage the store and offering companionship.
And then there's Nate's nephew, Dodo,
Dodo, yes.
a deaf boy who lives with them.
Right.
And his encounter with this mysterious stranger by the creek,
Yeah,
it adds a layer of intrigue
it does.
and kind of foreshadows the challenges that he'll face later on.
You're right.
It's almost like the creek, which is, a seemingly innocent natural element, becomes a harbinger of danger.
Right. It is. It's subtle, but McBride uses it effectively to introduce this sense of unease,
Yeah.
especially for, those who were perceived as different,
Yeah.
particularly in a society grappling with, deep-seated prejudices.
And speaking of intriguing characters, we can't forget Malachi,
Oh, Malachi, yes.
the Jewish baker with a shrouded past.
Right, right. He just kind of appears
Right.
out of nowhere.
Right. Offering his help to Chona and Moshe, despite his own bakery failing.
Yeah.
There's a quiet generosity about him.
Yeah, he embodies this idea of hidden depths.
Yeah.
And his willingness to help others, even while he's struggling himself,
Right.
adds a, complexity to his character.
Yeah.
And his reticence about his past adds a layer of mystery that keeps you guessing.
Yeah. And amidst all of this, Moshe makes this bold decision. He decides to open his theater to the black community,
He does.
which is a very daring move
It is.
for the time.
Yeah.
A gesture that speaks to his idealism
Right.
and belief in, the unifying power of music. But it's a decision that doesn't sit well with everyone.
No. Moshe's attempt to bridge the racial divide through music exposes the deep-seated prejudices of the time. His actions spark tension, really highlighting the complexities of integration
Yeah.
and the resistance that he faces from those unwilling to embrace change.
It's a sobering reminder of the societal barriers that existed then and unfortunately still persist in various forms today.
Absolutely. And as these tensions simmer, a confrontation erupts between Chona and Doc Roberts,
Yeah.
the white physician.
With a clear bias against the black community.
Yes.
And this clash is witnessed by Dodo,
It is.
And it leads to this tragic turn of events as Chona collapses, leaving her fate uncertain.
Right. It's a pivotal moment in the story,
It is.
highlighting the devastating impact of prejudice
Yeah.
and the ripple effects of, just one man's actions.
Right.
And in the midst of this chaos, Dodo, already vulnerable because of his deafness, finds himself facing another threat.
Right.
The authorities want to send him to Penhurst,
So,
a mental institution
yeah.
notorious for its horrific conditions.
Yeah.
Driven by fear and a desperate need to escape, Dodo flees,
Yeah.
disappearing into the unknown,
Oh.
leaving us all wondering what's going to happen to Dodo. And so Dodo, escaping that situation,
Right.
he ends up at Penhurst,
Oh, wow.
which is, terrifying for him
Yeah.
because now he's, alone and afraid,
Yeah.
navigating a system that's just designed to silence and control
Right.
those who are perceived as different.
It's heartbreaking to think about what he must have endured,
Yeah.
especially at such a young age.
Especially at that age.
Yeah.
But even amidst the darkness of Penhurst,
Right.
there is a glimmer of hope.
Okay.
It comes in the form of Monkey Pants.
Monkey Pants.
Monkey Pants, a fellow patient
Oh.
who takes Dodo under his wing.
It's interesting how this, this unlikely friendship
Yeah.
blossoms in such a desolate environment.
It really does speak to the human capacity for compassion,
Yeah.
even in, the most challenging circumstances.
And meanwhile, back in Chicken Hill,
Right.
Moshe is grappling with the weight of responsibility,
Yeah.
juggling the two theaters,
Yeah.
the grocery store,
Right.
and the emotional turmoil
Yeah.
of Chona's hospitalization.
Right. All without her steady presence. It's like the ground beneath him is constantly shifting.
And on top of all that, there's this rivalry that erupts between two bands.
Yes.
Who are vying for the headliner spot.
Right. Gladys's band and Mario's band clash.
Yeah.
Each one determined to, prove their musical superiority
Right.
and claim that spotlight.
I think it's really clever how McBride uses this conflict
Yeah.
to kind of mirror the larger tensions that are simmering within the community.
Right. It's like a microcosm of, the power struggles.
Yeah.
And the competition
Yeah.
that kind of permeates society as a whole.
Overwhelmed by all of this pressure.
Yeah.
Moshe asks Nate to solder shut a tuba.
A tuba!
What? It's a very, symbolic act
It is.
that represents his desire to just silence the noise,
Silence it all.
escape his troubles.
Yeah. It speaks to, I think, a universal human desire
Yeah.
for respite,
Right.
a way to shut out the overwhelming pressures of the world,
For a moment.
even if it's just for a moment.
Yeah. And while Moshe is seeking solace in that silence,
Right.
Nate is, he finds himself drawn into the fight for Dodo's freedom.
He does.
And his initial reluctance kind of gives way to this, sense of responsibility
Yeah.
as he learns the truth about Penhurst's, grim reality.
Right. It's a turning point for him.
Yeah.
It's a real transformation,
Yeah.
fueled by compassion.
Right.
And a growing awareness of the injustices inflicted upon, those that society often marginalizes.
And as Nate is rallying the community to help Dodo,
Right.
there are whispers of gossip that begin to spread through Chicken Hill.
Oh, those rumors.
Yeah.
The rumors surrounding Chona and Doc Roberts.
Yes.
It's amazing how quickly that can take root,
It really is.
and spread,
Yeah.
shaping perceptions,
Right.
fueling suspicions.
Yeah. And at the center of this rumor mill is Paper.
Paper.
Yeah.
A well-connected woman
Yeah.
in the Black community.
Yeah. And Paper's role is fascinating.
It is.
She becomes this conduit of information.
Right. Both shaping and being shaped by the rumors that swirl around her.
Yeah. It's like she embodies, the complexities of community.
You've got it, where those truths and distortions
Right.
intertwine.
Yeah. And as the rumors surrounding Chona intensify, Paper embarks on a journey to seek guidance
Yeah.
from an unexpected source,
Oh, where'd she go?
the Low Gods.
Well, the Low Gods.
Yeah. This reclusive Black community living in Hemlock Row.
Okay.
They add another layer of intrigue.
Yeah, community within a community.
Right.
Kind of shrouded in mystery. With their own traditions.
Right. And so when Paper needs help with, Dodo's situation,
Yeah.
she has to tread carefully
Oh, of course.
because she's venturing into unfamiliar territory,
Yeah.
seeking guidance from Miggy,
Miggy.
a low god oracle,
Okay. Interesting.
known for her wisdom and spiritual insight.
Like stepping into a different realm.
Yeah. Seeking counsel from someone who operates outside the conventional systems
I see.
of power
Right.
and knowledge.
And Miggy becomes a key figure
Yeah.
in the fight for Dodo's freedom. But her role kind of extends beyond that.
Right. She also sheds light on the story of the Antis house.
The Antis house.
Yeah, a historical landmark
Okay.
that's central to the town's annual John Antis celebration.
Right, right.
And it's interesting how this, seemingly forgotten composer
Yeah.
and his house
Yeah.
become these symbolic representations
Yeah.
of the community's shared history,
It's a clever way to weave together the past and the present. Yeah.
showing how, history shapes those dynamics.
Right. And speaking of divisions, the conflict over water access
Yeah.
in Chicken Hill adds another layer of
Okay,
tension.
of course.
It's a basic necessity.
Right.
But those in power, like Councilman Gostowski's Plitzka,
Yeah.
seem indifferent to the community's struggles.
It's a potent symbol
Yeah.
of the power imbalances.
Right.
Plitzka's inaction really exposes the system
Yeah.
that prioritizes, the privileged few
Right.
while neglecting the needs of the marginalized.
And amid all of this, Doc Roberts
Yeah.
is grappling with the weight of his own actions.
Right.
His possession of Chona's mezuzah pendant
Right.
becomes this constant reminder
Oh, yeah.
of the harm he's caused, both to Chona
Yeah.
and the community.
It's a symbol of his guilt,
Right.
a tangible link to the life that he's disrupted.
Right. And it's a reminder that even those who perpetuate harm can be capable of change and seeking forgiveness.
Yeah. And speaking of change, there's a pivotal twist.
What's that?
We learn that Chona, before her passing, had been writing letters
To who?
to Councilman Plitzka,
Really?
advocating for the community's needs,
Hmm.
particularly the water crisis.
So she wasn't just a shopkeeper.
No.
She was a silent activist.
Yeah.
Fighting for justice behind the scenes. It's a beautiful example
It is.
of how seemingly ordinary individuals
Yeah.
can have, an extraordinary influence.
Yeah. And inspired by her legacy, Nate, Miggy, and the community
Yeah.
band together
Okay.
to orchestrate this daring plan
To do what?
to free Dodo from Pennhurst.
Wow.
It's a high-stakes mission
Oh, yeah.
that involves navigating the institution's labyrinthine tunnels
Yeah.
and confronting the Son of Man,
Use that.
a cruel attendant
Okay.
who really embodies the institution's brutality,
Right, right.
and Nate's decision to entrust Bullis,
Bullis.
the egg delivery man,
Okay.
with a crucial role.
Wow.
Really highlights the importance of these unlikely alliances.
Yeah. It's a reminder that even those who operate on the fringes of society can possess those valuable skills
Right.
and insights.
Yeah, and as the rescue unfolds, we see this chain of compassion
Yeah.
extending beyond Chicken Hill.
Mm.
The Koffler brothers, Jewish railroad workers, play a vital role in transporting Dodo to safety,
Wow.
demonstrating a solidarity
Yeah.
that transcends, racial and geographical boundaries.
It's a testament to the power of human connection.
Yes.
To bridge those divides.
Right.
And create networks of support.
Even in the face of adversity.
Right.
And as the story concludes, we see Dodo free from Pennhurst,
Good.
carrying with him the enduring memory of Monkey Vance.
Yeah. A symbol of the kindness and resilience he
Yep.
found in, even the darkest of places. His journey, though marked by hardship, ultimately speaks to that enduring power of love.
Yeah.
And the possibility of healing.
What a powerful story of resilience, community, and the fight for justice. I love how McBride just weaves together these complex characters
Yeah.
and storylines, leaving us with this sense of hope
Yeah.
and a call to action.
It's a reminder that even small acts of kindness
Yeah.
can have that ripple effect,
Right.
creating waves of change that
Yeah.
can transform lives
Yeah.
and communities.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Heaven and Earth grocery store.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Subscribe for more bookish adventures and hit that like button if you enjoyed the ride. Don't forget to share the knowledge, spread the word,